Hello everybody. I wanted to make this video because I saw a lot of people making these videos about how they learned certain languages, about their story with these languages. So I wanted to do the same thing basically. And I'm just gonna ramble for some minutes, hopefully for not too long. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. But yeah, so I'm Italian. My name is Davide. I'm 20 years old. I'm from northern Italy. And I have been learning languages for a couple of years now. And my first love, as far as languages are concerned, is English. And English is a language that I love, that I have loved for many years now, and it's my favorite language, or at least it's the one that I speak the best. And so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about the story of how I learned it. And you will probably notice that my way of speaking English is American. I'm speaking American English, in, as far as the pronunciation goes, and the lexes, and even the slang is definitely more American than British or Australian or whatever. So yeah, I speak American English because, as you can probably can guess, the influence of American English in terms of culture, in terms of, well, TV shows mainly, but even music, or everything really, is so big that, what I watch mostly, the TV shows I watch are mostly American. A lot of the bands that I listen to are American. So it made sense for me to speak American English. And it's a conscious decision, by the way. It's not something that just happened. Like, voila, I started all of a sudden to speak American English or English with an American accent. It's not really what happened. I really, whenever I speak a language, I always want to have like a specific accent. I don't want to end up with a mix of accents. Like, there are people who speak English and speak it with a mixture of a British and an American accent, or people speaking Spanish with a mixture of a Spanish and Latin American accent. I don't want to do that. When I speak a language, I want to have an accent of one country, and but that's just the way I am. So yeah, you're free to do whatever you please, I think. And I really like the American accent. So yeah, I think that was a good decision. I like British English too, and I like British accents too. So I think there is nothing wrong with them. It's just my personal taste, and it was a decision that made sense. So I first started to learn English in middle school, which here in Italy, you start middle school when you're 11. And then it just grew from there, I guess. I don't know. A key moment for me was getting into this band, American band called Dream Theater. They are a progressive metal band, technically speaking, and I really got into them thanks to my brother. Even before them, even before I even knew something about the language, even before I even started studying the language in school, I knew some words, and I knew like how to pronounce certain words already. I had like a smattering in my head because of listening to music, having absolutely no idea how the language works, how the grammar works, how anything works. So yeah, but then what really helped was getting into this band, and it wasn't really the lyrics, because I love music, but I've never been a huge fan of lyrics. I just don't care very much about them. But I really got into like watching interviews or stuff like that, going to the forums where the fans would, gather, at least in a digital way, digital form, and talk about whatever was going on in the band. So yeah, and that was really, really helpful because that was probably my first contact with like the real language, like it wasn't a fake environment like this school maybe for language learning, where you learn a lot of grammar first of all, which is not necessarily very good in my opinion. And then maybe you listen to dialogues that are fake and phony for the most part, aren't real at all. The environment I created for myself was real. I was listening to real content, and I was reading the things real people would say. And it was very hard at first, but I think that was the key thing that really allowed me to take off and allowed my skills to take off and really get to the next level. And from then, I really started enjoying the language and watching stuff like TV shows and, the typical story. You get into a language and you have a chance of exploring the culture in every facet and in every possible way. And for me, TV shows were a very, and still are, a very big thing. I really like TV shows, movies too, but to a lesser extent, I guess. And then I started talking with people on Skype, and there was a time where I used to do that all the time, like every day almost. I would talk to people, and it was really cool. I had a lot of fun, and I noticed how my language skills were improving so fast. And I've always spoken to myself, and that's something else that everybody who learns languages will tell you. I mean, everybody who's serious about learning languages, everybody who's like polyglots, and they all do it. They all speak to themselves, and that's incredibly beneficial to improving your fluency and your speaking skills. So yeah, and I got to meet a lot of people, a lot of English speaking people in my country, in my city, and outside of it. And I love using this language, and I love listening to this language, and I keep getting better. Oh, and one more thing that I didn't mention, but that I think it's very important, is podcasts. I really like podcasts. Podcasts are, if you don't know what they are, you should probably check them out. They are an incredible way of learning languages. They are just they're an incredible source of content alongside with YouTube, which it's hard to say what's best, what's better between these two things. But yeah, podcasts are amazing. Probably YouTube, you can find easier stuff on YouTube. Like if you watch vlogs or stuff like that, that's easier, that's a simpler language. There are a lot of I mean, you can find podcasts like that too, but they're probably like aimed at people who are learning languages. But there's a lot of interesting content about really everything you can think of. If there's anything you're passionate about, I mean, at least in English, you can probably find a podcast about it. But in the main languages of the world, you're going to find something about what you like. And so yeah, that's an important thing. Maybe do that if you are at an intermediate phase already. So yeah, that's really amazing and really useful. So what else? I don't know. Like that has been my experience so far. I'm loving it, and I really like to use this language because I think when you have a skill that's really developed, you know, that makes you happy. That makes your life better in many ways. And the process is amazing too, but like getting to a point where you can safely say, I have mastered this. I can, of course it can still get better, but you can be like, you know, I'm pretty good at this. You know, that's really cool. Like if you're very good at anything, that's, you know, gives you a lot of you know, a huge satisfaction, in my opinion, whatever that thing might be. So yeah, keep working on whatever you like, whether that's languages, whether that's dancing, playing a musical instrument. You should always, you know, work on it and try to get better at it. And if you like it, of course. I mean, if you don't like it, you know, don't waste your time doing it. But if it's something that you like, you know, yeah, you should keep learning forever in your life. I mean, that's my philosophy. So yeah, I've rambled for too long already. I don't know if you found this interesting, but yeah, I mean, whatever. I've been wanting to make this video for so much time, but I've never got around to do it. So yeah, that's my story with English. Let me know in the comments what you think about my accent, what you think about, you know, my property of language in general, and if you have any advice, that's always welcome, of course. You know, I make mistakes always, and I always will. So, you know, it's good to correct some of those who still slip through. So thanks for watching, and maybe I will make another video like this in another language. Thank you. See ya.